Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, our audience and our kids from the Iowa City School District, and all the people that used to watch us over the years. This is a pleasure and an exciting moment to start our first episode this year with two remarkable guests. On my right-hand side is Victoria Gilpin, the Executive Director of the Iowa City School District Foundation. And to her right side is Marsha Grady, who is the Development Director of Iowa City School District Foundation. And when we say foundation, we, as a matter of fact, are talking about the unknown soldier behind a lot of great achievements and success stories that this community, with the business contribution, the media contribution, the parents' contribution, and of course the kids' activities, were able to become this kind of successful district. So to you, we are honored to have you in our first episode tonight. This is Hani, Elkadi, your host, your young, old host. What is this foundation thing?
Well, the purpose of the foundation, the sole purpose of the foundation, is to raise money and to assist others in raising money to support programs and projects throughout the school district that would otherwise not be able to be funded. And that's sort of the gist of what the foundation does and is. We are a nonprofit organization, so donations that come through our office are tax deductible. And so people are able to give and get a tax deduction and support all the schools in the district.
When were you established? I mean, when did you start really activities?
Foundation was actually started in the 80s. So we are about almost 30 years old, and it started very, very small and with just a few people, and has grown quite a bit since then.
It's actually now one of the largest school district foundations in the state of Iowa, and also one of the oldest.
Marsha, I understand what an executive director is, but what is a development director?
A development director is a very nice way to say I ask people for money. My sole job is to be out in the community, making sure people know what the foundation is, what it does, what we support, and to ask them to join us in supporting the foundation.
And is it an easy job?
Actually, it is. Most people think fundraising is difficult, but as long as you believe in the cause that you're supporting, it makes it very easy. Iowa City is a very education-friendly community, so we have a lot of businesses and individuals who are very willing, once they know that the need is there, to jump in and support it however they can. We also have very high expectations for our education in Iowa City, so people want to be able to provide that next step up for our educational programs, and if it takes a little bit of extra support on their side, they're willing to do that. So it's a great story to tell and a very receptive audience.
Well, yes, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, whenever you're really passionate about the cause, it makes it much easier to interact with people and talk to them about what we do. And I think also one thing that Marsha said is the schools in Iowa City are really good. In the Iowa City Community School District, they're really good. And what we help do by raising money for the schools to fund additional programs that are not funded by the budget is we help make these good schools great. We help make them extraordinary. And that's a lot of fun to do.
It is.
Marsha, John Karhoff, the founder of this wonderful program, and Mike Peterson, they both decided to host both of you in the wake of your great success for Run for the Schools program.
Yes.
And that is fresh in the memory of our audience. Everybody either participated or came to show support, and people who are young like me and didn't really run so much, they were like clapping loudly and applauding your wonderful effort. Run for the School is a project that I think you completed October 9th?
October
That's it?
9th this year, yes.
And who sponsored it?
The Run for the Schools is actually produced and sponsored by the Iowa City Road Races, which is a separate nonprofit, and is largely sponsored by Midwest One Bank, along with a lot of other sponsors who helped cover the cost of the event and provide donations. And the beauty of that program is it benefits not only the Iowa City Community School District Foundation, but also the Regina Educational Foundation. So it really is a program that supports community-wide education efforts.
So it's inclusive.
It's very inclusive.
And I saw you have a website.
Yes, we do.
About the activity, and I was reading about it last night, and I discovered that 100% of the foundation money goes to schools.
Yes.
100%, which is wonderful to hear. Now, this money goes, or the direction is through something called Excellence Fund. What's that, Victoria? Tell me.
Our Excellence Fund is our main fund for unrestricted donations, meaning when you donate to the Excellence Fund, it's the fund that supports all of the grants that we give out in the foundation. So this school year, we gave out more than $77,000 in direct classroom grants. There are other things that we fund, but the majority of the money in the Excellence Fund goes directly to funding these grants and providing certain ongoing programs and new technology and books and the range of things that we fund.
Equipment and all that.
Programs and equipment, and we cross all grade levels and all learning levels and all schools.
So suppose that I would like to apply for a grant. I mean, who really, how do you select the people to apply for the grants? And then how do you decide who gets it and who doesn't?
Our grant process starts generally after the first of the year every year, the first of the calendar year, and any teacher, any program director, any curriculum director in the school district can apply for those grants. We last year had over $250,000 in grant requests, and they come from all over. Then our board actually has a grant committee that reviews those. We meet with the district administration to make sure we match up to their priorities. And then we have a set of criteria that includes looking at, are we covering all areas of instruction? Are we spreading that across K through 12? Are we spreading that from the at-risk learner to the gifted learner? And also looking at spreading it across multiple schools so that we reach as many students every year as possible.
So as far as donation, I'm a person who's listening now to you, and I want to donate some money. You mentioned at-risk kids, you mentioned gifted kids, and sometimes those really are in desperate need for support. So how do people donate to you?
Well, we try to make it easy for people to give. They can mail donations to us. And they can also go online to our website and donate that way. If they ever have a question about a donation, they can call us, and we're happy to help them. And if they'd like it to benefit all schools, the Excellence Fund is a great way to go. And if they'd like to designate, we can certainly work with them to benefit any specific programs that they...
I will ask a little silly question here. Is it tax deductible?
It is tax deductible.
Oh, wow. That's important for many people to know.
Very important.
Yeah.
One of the things that we do is we assist other schools or other folks within the district to raise money. So for example, your Stand Up for City High or your soccer field over at West High, those campaigns are run through our office, which means people are out fundraising and the money comes to us, and that way the money that they give is tax deductible.
Okay,
because
great.
all these other groups and schools are not necessarily nonprofits, but we are. And that's a very, complicated, rule-embedded sort of process. So that's one of the services that we provide throughout the school district to assist every school in the district.
And Marsha, if I donate some money, and I'm talking to you, and you say, well, thank you very much, and you're getting ready to leave, and I say, well, I would like this money to go to this place. Do I have the right to do that? Or
Absolutely.
It's your decision.
We try to educate our donors about what all the options are, and we certainly want to make every school better, and whatever we can do to facilitate that, we do. And so we always look at what the donors' wishes are. We have some very loyal alumni of both of our large high schools here in Iowa City, and sometimes they want to benefit their own school, and that's great. Some people like to fund the arts, the fine arts. Some people like to fund the performing arts, and if that's where their heart is, we can help make that happen. There are a lot of needs, and we are happy to help match people's generosity to the needs that are there.
As a matter of fact, as a veteran teacher in the district I was, I have to say that with the money the foundation helped me, we were able to spread the art program all over the community. I don't think without the support of the foundation we would have been able to do the murals that we did and public art that we did, festivals that we did, because really we found there a good source to support our art program in light of the fact, and I have to say this, and you are not responsible for that, that we don't get too much support from the Department of Education as from the Department of Education as far as our art program. So you are filling the gap here. And for that, I have to thank you personally for 20 years of using the foundation money to press the mission of the art education in our district.
There's some fabulous programs that for people that have children in the district or who have had children in the district. Some of the sustaining programs that we fund include the Visiting Authors Program. I was actually just out at Grant Wood Elementary School on Friday for the Visiting Authors Program that all third graders in the district got to experience, and it was a fabulous opportunity for them to learn about what it really means to be an author or an author illustrator, and they can see what that creative process is like and meet authors that have written the books that they're reading in the classroom. And the School of the Wild program for the 5th and 6th graders in the district, where they get out and experience nature and learn about the sciences in a real world setting. And Symphony Goes to School is another program that will be coming up on November 2nd. And elementary school children from all over the district will be bussed over to City High for an Orchestra Iowa performance. And a lot of the children get those kind of experience on a day-to-day basis because their families are able to support it. Not all of our kids in the district are, and so the great thing is they can learn about those things in a very risk-free environment. And like you said, we can do that because of the foundation funding, but probably couldn't do that if we were dependent on our regular school budgets.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to add to that is these examples that Marsha just mentioned. For example, Symphony Goes to School, all 3rd and 4th graders, every single class in the district gets to come and hear that performance. And so the goal of the foundation really is to reach all schools, to reach every child every year. And as Marsha also mentioned, through our grant process, we really look at that. How many kids are being served, how many different schools are being served, how many different learning levels are being served when we look at the grant applications. And any of the administrators or teachers throughout the district can submit grant applications.
Wonderful, thank you. There is a program called Dine Out.
Yes.
Tell me about that. That sounds very exciting, especially with people who eat a lot like me.
Well, since I'm not a runner, I enjoy watching people run for the schools, but I felt like I could participate in the Dine Out for Education program. This was our first year of Dine Out for Education. It's our Food for Thought Dine Out for Education. We had 32 restaurants in the Iowa City, Coralville, North Liberty area that signed up. And on September 29th, they donated 10% of their sales, excluding alcohol, to the Iowa City Community School District Foundation. And we had, we believe, great turnout. We're still collecting all of the checks from the restaurants, but we will have far exceeded our goals. People seem to have fun. It was another one of those programs that was very inclusive, and a lot of people were able to get out, whether they have kids in the schools or not. And the restaurants seemed to really enjoy it as well. It was, again, a good way for them to be able to say, I've done something to support all schools in the district without having to pick and choose between which individual school they might support. And so we had a lot of fun with it. Our staff, most of us ate out 3 times that day.
At least.
So we were had a little bit of a food hangover the next day, but it was great fun. And we have a second event coming up in February. On February 23rd, we'll be doing it all over again. So
now let us see here. After you meet people, I saw that your policy in general now has changed a little bit from what it used to be. It used to be more of a correspondence, lots of letters, and all this form that you check 25, 50, so on. Now you have personal communication, which is really, I think it's a good approach, because people would like to see faces rather than just write checks. Tell me about this. Do you find it easier way of raising funds or more difficult?
Well, let me start by saying that for the first time ever in the Foundation's history, we have a dedicated development director in Marsha. This is the first time that's ever happened. Just this almost a year ago, we took 1 position and turned it into 3 positions. Oh. So now we have the luxury of Marsha primarily, and also myself. Well, everybody in the office does some fundraising, actually. But
the face-to-face makes all the difference. I was amazed when I came on staff at how generous our community is just in response to direct mail. Most of the efforts in the past had been direct mail, and people give very generously that way, and we appreciate that. But a lot of people want to understand and need to hear the stories before their heart gets engaged. And once their heart's engaged and their interest is engaged, then their money flows from there. And so really having the time to be out in the community and being at chamber events with the corporate sponsors in the community, being at PTO meetings and the district-wide parent organization meetings. And we've started doing house parties where people will host an event in their home, casual to fun, to luncheons, to barbecues, and they know they're coming to hear about the foundation, and we get to answer their questions and share with them the great work that we're able to support, and that really makes a difference.
one of the programs, if I might mention, that we talk a lot about at these house parties is a brand new program called the Academic Booster Club. And you know, forever there have been sports booster clubs and other booster clubs, but there's never been an academic booster club here in Iowa City. So we started it in March, and a lot of times one of the luncheons that that a person had were parents, mostly parents in the district. So we talked to them about joining the Academic Booster Club, or ABC, and it's $25 for a family to join, and that is a donation. And it is tax deductible. And if you're a business, it's $100. You get a window decal, and you can say to everyone, I support the Academic Booster Club in Iowa City.
Well, I think good part of this, let me call it field invasion, because you really went into the streets, you went into buildings, you knocked on doors, you rang bells, and this kind of interpersonal relationship is extremely important. Does it have to do anything with your past experience with the media? I know you were leading in the media before, and I think good part of being in the media is to have this kind of person-to-person relationship.
Well, really, my whole history and background is about building relationships with people, and Marsha will agree that that's really what fundraising is about. It's about establishing rapport, a relationship with folks, and talking to them about how their money will affect the lives of children, and finding out, you know, where they'd like to go with their money. So I think both of our backgrounds have been about working with people. And it's not so much about asking for money or asking for this specific thing. It's about rapport and relationships with folks. And I come from a business background and a media background, and Marsha has many years in nonprofit fundraising experience. And so I think we enjoy what we do.
That's really wonderful. Marsha, there is another question again about the fact that you You mentioned a few moments ago something about we exceeded our goals. And I think you have done this with Run for the Schools program, right?
Run
How
for the
much did you, it was 30, 28, something like that?
Last year, our total proceeds for our foundation from Run for the Schools was around $28,000,
Right.
and we're still calculating all of the results from this year's. But based on the turnout, I think all of us expect, and the level of sponsorships that they were able to get, I think we all expect this year to exceed last year, which will be wonderful.
So what are you looking for now? Let me see your strategic outlook at the future.
You know, one of our big goals is to create community awareness about what the foundation is, what it does, and how it impacts the schools. Now that we have more staff, we feel like we can be a little bit more proactive in making sure that people understand what our role is, what we do, what we can do for you, and how you can help support programs in the schools. So I think that's one main thing. And the other is to increase funds to the Excellence Fund. So the more money that we raise for the Excellence Fund, the more money we have available to grant to the students and to all the schools in the district. So those are our primary goals.
And on personal level, what are your goals, Marsha?
Yeah, I would say I wanted to have a job. I've always wanted to have a job where I could have fun every day. And I think we know we all have bad days in our jobs, but this is a job I love. I enjoy getting out and coming to the office. I enjoy the people we work with. We have some unbelievable board members who are very dedicated and very passionate about what we do. The school district has some very talented and very dedicated teachers and administrators who really do want to make great schools. And then getting out to see the students is a lot of fun. So the rest of it is just easy after that. When you're surrounded by excellence and high level of expectations and good people, it makes it all great. So if I can do a good job for the foundation in return for having a job that I love, then that's a great goal to have, I think.
Do you have a big staff there?
You know, we have 3 of us who are nearly full-time, Marsha, myself, and Tammy Brenneman, who is
Of
our
course,
operations
Tammy.
manager.
Yeah,
And
wonderful.
she's fabulous. If you want to ask a question about anything administrative or anything relating to our events, call Tammy.
Well, Tammy was behind great success in the Organ Donor Network.
Yes.
And she was really fabulous in arranging funds and donations and community relations and so forth.
Yes, we're lucky to have her. And so the 3 of us work as a management team, and then there's a couple of other part-time folks. Teresa Weeks, who does a lot of the money management and helping with all those details. So we have a great team at the office.
We were so lucky to have you today. And you will come again.
We
You
would love to
promise.
come
We'd love
again.
to.
Because if you don't come again, John Karoff will say you did a bad job and you turned them off. So I would like you to come again.
We would
Because
love
if you come
to.
again, I will keep my job.
Excellent.
And Doug will keep his job too.
We'll be here.
We'll be glad to.
So you come again and whenever you want. And to our audience, as a matter of fact, we are open for any school in the district. If you have a project, if you want to talk about success story, if you would like to the community to participate, please don't hesitate to call us here. John Karoff, let us say our founder and producer and director, is ready to receive your call, and you will be hosted. And if you like this host, I'll be there. If you want somebody else, we'll get you a better one. Now we have Kate Moreland. Kate Moreland from the district. She is working in the office of the superintendent, doing public relations and community communications and all that. Call Kate as well. You can call her in her district phone number. That's 688-1000. Or call me, and I'll be very, very happy to I sit with you, prepare a wonderful exposure here, and you get your 15 minutes of fame. So on behalf of our team here, on behalf of Public Access TV, thank you, Victoria, and thank you, Marsha, and would like to see you all the time again with us for any activity you have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can watch our program on Public Access TV as well as the Education Cable Channel 21. This is your host, Hani Elkadi, on behalf of John Karhoff and Mike Peterson. And thank you very much and good night.